join the squad. Yeah.
With the blunt in your hand.
Oh, shit. Welcome to the Mix Squad.
It is what it is. Yo, this is Cash. This is the Mix Squad. This is Mixsquadtv. We here with another Thursday where we take Thursday back one Thursday at a time. And we have a lot of topics to discuss in the news. And we have a live mix for you today, all here on Mixsquadtv. Unfortunately, we can't be here live with you this Thursday. So if you like, comment, and subscribe, we will certainly reply back to you. But this show we had to do before we got to Thursday because we are on the move and we got stuff going on. So before further ado,
getting into it. Getting into it. Getting into it. We getting into it. Getting into it. I'm getting into it. We getting into it. Getting into it. Getting into it. Getting into it. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. We getting into it. We getting into it.
Oh, we back and we got news for you. Got a lot of different news going on. We got This Week in Music History as always, and then we'll get you up to date on what's been going on in a dry week in music news. So we got 1957. Ampex Corporation delivered the first multi-track professional audio recorder with cell sync to Les Paul, allowing for performances with many parts recorded in non-real time. So this was the first multi-track professional audio recorder, which allowed you to take audio recordings from different performances and have a multi-track where you can blend these things in. Prior to that, it was all one track. In 1976, Dr. Thomas Stockham made the first 16-bit digital recorder in the United States at the Santa Fe Opera, marking a significant milestone in digital audio technology. In 1994, Yamaha unveiled the Pro Mix 1. This is the first affordable digital multi-track console, making high digital quality recording more accessible. In 1997, DVDs were introduced, which offered a higher quality digital audio and video playback at that particular time. So we got D'Angelo debut album. D'Angelo released his debut album, Brown Sugar, in 1995, which peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart and was certified platinum by the RIAA. Wolf by Tyler, the Creator, was released, and that was his second album. This is 2013, which debuted number 3. Jay-Z, Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Jay-Z released this 12th album in 2013. It debuted number 1, and it went 3 times platinum. Big Boy, Sir Lucius Left Foot, full album, Sir Lucius Left Foot, the son of Chico Dusty. This is 2010. It debuted at number 3 on the top 200. He had Too Short released Shorty the Pimp in 1992. Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full was released their album Paid in Full in 1987, which went platinum. We got Schoolboy Q's Blank Face LP. Schoolboy Q released his 4th album in 2016. The Beatles, Abbey Road, was released in 1969. This is an iconic album and is considered one of the greatest rock albums of all time. Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, released in 76. This album is a masterpiece of funk and soul and pop combined. And then we have Bob Dylan. Time Out of Mind was released in 97. This album marked Dylan's comeback, and he won 3 Grammys for it. We also got some products that were recently released. We have Hofa System Ducker plugin. Hofa has released a new plugin capable of hosting third-party plugins to keep sounds like delay and reverb from overwhelming dry signals in the mix. You have the FKFX Obvious Filter 2. FKFX has introduced an updated version of their Obvious filter, providing users with an in-depth hands-on control. You have Acon Digital Vertebrate Immersive 2.3. Acon Digital has launched a very powerful update for this spatial and immersive audio reverb plugin. Then you have things like Sony ECM 778 shotgun mic. They've announced that the launch of a new shotgun mic designed for higher quality audio recordings for TV and film. A few software updates. We have Traction Waveform 13.5. Traction has released an update to their DAW software, delivering significant enhancements to clip launching, track automation, and overall performance. You have RME Mac OS USB 3 interfaces update. So RME has launched an update to their Mac OS USB 3 interface lineup, ensuring optimal performance and capability within the Apple Silicon devices. And then within the industry news, we have Chance the Rapper and Lil Wayne's new track called Tree, where they celebrate weed. You have Eminem's new track with JID, where Eminem is mocking Kanye in that particular track. Rakim's new album, which he assembled a team of rap legends for this upcoming album. And then you have the song Luther by Kendrick Lamar that is breaking some significant chart records. You have Rihanna Smurf's premiere. She is playing Smurfette, and she's made her red carpet debut, accompanied by RZA and Riot. Master P announces an official retirement from music. Unofficially, I thought he was retired. Then Young Thug and NBA Youngboy are potentially hinting at a collaboration. We will see. And then 50 Cent's comment on Diddy. This was on social media. 50 Cent referred to Diddy as the gay John Gotti. Hilarious. So we're going to get into some of these topics. We have the major topics that we're going to discuss here with Audio Manipulator are Kanye West's newest controversy and T.I. and Tiny in the news as well. All right, so I got my man Audio Manipulator here to discuss some of the more controversial topics that we have to talk about today. I'm going to read this from what I got from a news clip. It says Kanye West fans chanted for a refund at a chaotic Shanghai gig amidst controversy surrounding the SA allegations. West has since clapped back against his accusers, but Kanye is in the news right now for, I think, his former assistant putting a case together that she was SA'd and graped by Yeezus himself. What say you, Audio Manipulator?
That's a sad situation. Hope the lady is telling the truth or anything like that. This is allegedly. And I feel like, why the hell Kanye will force somebody to do that? You see what he got his wife doing, throwing on anything. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they try to knock all their people are people that's up top and down. Bam, 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 bam. Everybody that made it to the billion, they knocking them down over this. And it seemed like it's just the same like sexual. Like, damn.
Yeah, what I would say though is like there's two sides to the coin. So one could say they're trying to knock everybody down that's at the top by using the allegations related to, you know, SA. But on the other side of the coin are all of these rich people SAing people? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's two sides of the coin because, like, yes, on one side, I agree, like, man, they just trying to knock these people down. But at the same time, it's like, are all of these people within the same little groups of mistreating, you know, others physically? You know what I mean? Like, maybe the power, maybe the money, maybe the fame actually does contribute to you feeling like anybody and everybody that you see fit should engage in physical activity with you. You find like offensive when they don't feel like they want to be engaged with you on that level. So it's hard to say because I met dudes that wasn't rich.
I was just about to say that it don't matter like what the level you on. It shouldn't really be that way. Like, you should always, especially if you're rich, you should always be careful for what you do because things like this might pop up. Like, why not you being careful? You ain't protecting your family or your home. It's like,
and I think a lot of them are because it's only, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of famous people. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of people who have fame or have at least notoriety in the earth about whatever they're known for. And it's not like we talking about like a very small percent of famous people that are in SA allegations. Like, we talk about the Diddy's, the now Kanye, Fat Joe, Jay-Z. Like, it's like
Jackson, and goes on and on and on.
It goes on and on, but we talking about amongst hundreds of thousands of famous people, you're still talking about 1% of these people that are at least getting accused. I'm not saying it's only 1% that's doing it, But as of right now, as far as people coming out in the open and accusing these people, it's not like you got every single rapper that's famous right now got an SA allegation. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say, bro. But at the same time, like I don't know much about it. So I'll just read what I have here. It says Kanye has issued a response to the latest amid lawsuit filed by his former assistant, Lauren Piscotti, who accused the rapper of SA, trafficking, and false imprisonment, and amongst other serious offenses.
Damn.
The allegations stem from incidents that allegedly occurred between the years of 2021 and 2023, including claims of oral rape, unwanted touching, and being offered as a gift to others. Right? Like, hey, why don't you get with her? Like, she cool with it. Like, that's the allegation she's making. According to page 6, this is a news article. West spokesperson Milo Opolis, I'm assuming, dismissed the claims as fantasy fiction, stating that each new revision contradicts the other. Each is more absurd and outlandish than all previous claims combined. We stand ready to annihilate Miss Pisciotti's tall tales before a jury. Yiannopoulos also emphasized that West loathes violence and has never been arrested and doesn't even own a gun. I mean, you know, obviously your attorney supposed to protect you. Based upon the statement, though, both can't be true. That's all I can say. Either what she's alleging is true or what the commentary of the attorney is true. Like, but both can't exist at the same time. Like, you can't loathe violence and then imprison somebody against their will. You know what I mean? Like, that may not be violence per se, but it's, you know, like, I guess he can kind of get away with saying he's not violent because the stuff that he's accused for isn't really like violence. Like, offering you up to somebody else is very gracious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying sometimes they play word salad because a lot of the allegations that she's alleging him to do aren't violent acts per se.
Nah,
I know we put grape inside of that same ballpark because it is but it's not, you know what I mean? Like it is, but it's not. Like, obviously there's a force that has to come with that, which makes it violent. But you could have people who have been charged with grape and then have additional violent acts on top of that. Like, you didn't just grape me, you grape me and then beat me. You know what I mean? Like,
sock me, stab me, choke me.
Right. But I understand what he's saying. But the point is, don't nobody know, and none of us gonna know. Only Miss Pisciotti and Kanye, whomever else was ever offered up, if they were at all, to have, you know, to have physical interactions with her. Those are the only people that really know. I guess we're gonna find out. Coming soon. I guess this is the next one, huh? You know, because what happens with these cases, I'm starting to realize, bro, is that it starts off on a civil level. If there's enough behind it, it gets picked up by some institution, either the feds or the state, somebody. Now, the feds, I felt like was only some Diddy stuff. Like, I felt like that was specifically for Diddy. And again, because I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart, at the end of the day, I feel like they was coming to save face for the federal government. They was coming to get stuff that they knew that could out them, that could out different informants, that could out different people that went to certain parties. I don't feel like they confiscated them tapes to try to prove Diddy wrong, because we've seen evidence that they ain't have shit on tapes.
Right.
Because they would have showed it to the jury. Like, they showed a few tapes to the jury, but based on what jurors are saying, it wasn't no people that we gonna be like, oh my God, they're in the tape.
Yeah.
The jurors, they can disclose whatever they want to disclose once the case is over. They can go and do a tour.
You want to go talk jurors? Come over here.
Straight up. Straight up. You know, I mean, generally these folks be looking for the bag after a while. So, to further just reading what she put out there, right? She puts in her second amended complaint, Pisciotti alleged that West kissed her without any consent, groped her, and orally raped her in a hotel room. He also pressured her to wear tight clothing, made obscene comments, and further exposed her to certain acts. She was even drugged during a studio session, which was co-hosted by Sean Diddy Combs, who has not responded to the claim. And after her dismissal, West allegedly moved into her apartment building, grabbed her by the throat, and continued to harass her. So that's one of her claims.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at Diddy popped up again. This nigga is in everything. Damn. Nowadays, you got to record a female before you get down with them.
What?
Like, okay, we're going to do this. Say, yes, we can have a freak off.
Okay.
Freak off. Now, see. She on camera. Now, what you going to do?
Yeah.
Her attorney, Lisa Bloom, responded to West's statement by saying Kanye himself has publicly admitted much of what she's claiming. His publicist is silent on Kanye's own admissions, which will destroy him in court. That's what the attorney has stated. We'll see, y'all. Like, it's hard to speculate on stuff that I have no idea about, but
when it's smoke, it's fire. It's just smoke everywhere. You feel me? All right, give me smoke on the black and mild. That's the smoke trail. It ain't all what the smoke is. You know? Shit. I need to roll up something. Matter of fact, talking about smoking. Nah. Cut. But I do need to roll up though.
But you know, with the Ye thing, I don't know. Who knows? We're gonna find out. I mean, I do hate to see it consistently all the time with blacks and higher ups, like people who have fame and stuff. Like, it is unfortunate, but if they are doing this shit, bro, they need to come to justice. Like, it is what it is. Like, it ain't even a race thing for me. It's just like, if men out here doing, if women was out here doing this, bro, they need to go. They need to go to jail.
They're locked up too.
So I ain't even really biased on none of that, but it is like, it's interesting that in 2025, after Cat Williams' interview, how things is about to shake up. Things is just like all year long, you know. And so it definitely begs to question, like, are we getting fed certain stuff just to keep us looking in a different direction while there's like actual things occurring in the world that's like changing the needle, like wars and shit. Like, it's just very interesting sometimes if you look back at wars, at least in the modern history of wars, since there's been press and media. Every time that there is actual warfare happening with our country, we get bombarded with a bunch of shit that can entertain us, whether it be sport, whether it be news, whether it be music, whether it be media. It don't, like, there's always like stories that are like, oh, this is a big story, while they over here doing some whole like taking over
the aliens.
While they over here taking over a country and they feeding us Epstein. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't paying attention to the fact that we the real terrorists over here. And we going into other people's country, democratizing them. Like, they need democracy. So,
give
like,
me oil.
Right, at the end of the day, I don't be knowing, but it is sad to see, because even the next one that we moving on to has, you know, it reaps of SA all over it, because Tiny and T.I. are in the news now for a new lawsuit regarding, you know, allegations pertaining to them. There's allegations surrounding him and his wife. In 2023 and 2024, several women have come forward with allegations of SA and misconduct against T.I. and Tiny. Also accused by several women of knowing about the alleged abuse. So there was several women that are accusing Tiny of knowing about this alleged abuse and helping to silence the victims. The allegations against T.I. include SA, rape, and exploitation. Some of the allegations date back to the 90s and 2000s, and Tiny has denied the allegations against her, and T.I. has not publicly commented on the allegations, though he has made a video on going around social media saying that, you know, he gonna focus on having a good day and not all the BS out there, which we assume that's what he's referring to. The allegations have sparked a lot of discussion and debate in the music industry and beyond. So what say you about this one? Like, we hearing the same, we talking about the same thing, bro. We ain't even talking about music no more.
Different rhythm.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go back to when we had Drake and Kendrick beefing. Like, at least it was music. least I could break down music and talk about music, bro. Like, we ain't talking about music. We over here, you know what I'm saying? The only thing in music news is essay and grape.
ASA, Vato Loco Pereta.
Over here throwing up gang signs on the live. But we I don't know, man. It's there's nothing that I have in front of me that can offer up an opinion on this, man. I hate to be boring and down the middle, but when it comes to stuff like this, is serious stuff. This is stuff that get people locked away for a long ass time.
Long time.
And so I don't want to be adding to the propaganda if it's not true. I don't know the man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't know him or his wife. And I know that there have been always allegations of, and I hate to say the word allegations, because what you do with your private life in your bed is on you. If you and your wife like to recruit other females to be a part of y'all personal life, who am I to tell you? Like, that's every nigga dream. Like if I wish I would, find me one and be like, yeah, I was looking at her, she bad. You want to get with her? Like, yes, I do. So what? That part of it is not the issue. Like, the same thing about others being their orientation sexual. Like, that's not an issue for me. The issue is when you got all this other stuff behind it, like assault, rape, exploitation.
Trafficking.
With that stuff behind it, it's just like, but we'll see. Hopefully not, because I hate to see that this be true for anybody. But I also want justice for anybody who has literally gone through that. So it's like, it's starting to get to a point in society now, like, we can't even have sympathy for the victim because we don't know if that victim just trying to get the bag.
Too many wolves being cried.
Right. And so all the wolves being cried, and then we saw what happened with the Diddy trial. We've seen a lot of other stuff that happens where it don't matter. It's a toss-up. Darren Sharper, guilty. This person not guilty. That person guilty. It's like, we don't know till a jury of our peers, if it even gets to that point, is determine their guilt. But in other news with T.I. and Tiny, it's been less than a year since they had a lawsuit where they were actually trying to get money for, it was the MGA Entertainment had violated the intellectual properties of the music group OMG Girls. So like his music group was suing another music group, and initially they were awarded $71 million, and it got cut down to 18 million. And so now I guess we're left with what they're going to do. And I'm going to pose the question to you, like what you do. So like initially, just some backstory, July 8th, this Tuesday or past Tuesday, the U.S. District Attorney determined that the $53.6 million granted for punitive damages was unsupported by evidence. Instead, he found the maximum punitive damages awarded sustainable by the proof is $1. So that was true. It was he reduced it from 53 million down to $1. In assessing the evidence of MGA's willfulness or intent, the court finds that this amount reflects their fair value of a punitive award for MGA's conduct. The ruling states, adding that if the pair isn't willing to take the remaining $17.9 million left, in addition to the $1, their other option is a new trial. So that kind of clears it up for us. That, remember, it was initially $71 million. Mm-hmm. There was 53.6 of that 71 million that was granted as punitive damages. The judge says that's not supported. I'm reducing it down to $1. So y'all can get this 18 million plus this $1 if you want it. Or you can do a new trial. So that's what they're faced with now. So in that situation, what are you doing?
If I got all my receipts, I'm doing a new trial. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean,
but you can't be too greedy, so I'll take my 18 and get on.
I guess it would depend on what I've already spent in my legal fees.
Right.
If I already spent anywhere close to that, then this is the situation you're facing. Let's just say it's been 15 million you spent on legal fees with your attorneys and all of that. That leave you with $3 million and $3 million and $1. Do you take this $3 million or do you gamble
You gotta
spending
pay them
another
again.
15 million to your legal team again.
Again.
And
Shit.
now you left with, I need at least 15 million out of this next lawsuit to cover my, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I take this 3 million and call it a day? Or do I gamble 15 to try to get more?
If I was a lawyer, I would want them to go for more.
Of
Me,
course.
I would
Of
take
course,
my-
but then again, if you a lawyer, if you they lawyer, you just spent 15 on them to get 18, you might not be their lawyer for the next trial. Like, you might not get the call, bro. Like I just went on trial to pay you, bro. That's all I did. I ain't did nothing but pay y'all.
Man.
So I don't know. That's the interesting question. I guess me personally, because of the time factor and the fact that it is still $3 million, regardless of how much money I'm making, I'm gonna take the 3 million. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the lawsuit in itself, we are talking about intellectual property. And it may not have been that much money that they were making off of your intellectual property. Did they make even $3 million off your, you know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that as well. Like, because the judge came back and was like, I don't even see it being worth more than $1 of the damage that they caused by using your intellectual property. Because apparently it wasn't egregious. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't something where they just, oh, I'm about to use this. Because I don't know the full details, but apparently the judge didn't look at it in a way where it was like, no, this was malicious. And you owe $53 million. So if a judge is able to look at that, and then we going before another judge, which I know knows this other judge, now my chances are becoming lower and lower because you should have just took this 3 million. Because now I don't even feel like I may not even rule in your favor at all this time. Because you should have took the money that the other judge gave you. You wasting all of our time in court.
Yep.
So I'm probably gonna take that 3 million and run off into the sunset and go mind my business. Because I ain't gonna try to do another year of going to court. Especially when I'm about to be facing some lawsuits regarding my conduct and behavior. I might need to put my legal team on this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more important. Like that might send you to jail for the rest of your life. This is a civil suit trying to get some money. I'm gonna have to look, y'all. You know what? We just take this 3 million. Let me put my retainer down. How about we take the 3 million that I used that I won and put it on a retainer so you can get started fighting against these SA allegations. It's a little bit more important. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all, for the news today. This is light. We got some things that we talked about. Hopefully next week we have some music to really get into, some things that's going on in the music world that is pertinent to music alone.
Hey, what's up? I'm Q the Music from the Mix Squad, and I'm calling out all artists, producers, engineers, and music professionals. Do you want to showcase your music, tell your story, and connect with a growing community of creatives? Then come join us on Sunday Spotlight, our exclusive interview series on Mixsquadtv. If you're ready for your spotlight, hit us up on IG at Mixsquadtv, and let's make something happen.
Sunday, we have a very special guest with over 40 years of engineering experience within the industry and numerous hits that you have heard over the years and had no idea probably that this GOAT was behind that music. It's no other than Frankie Audio giving sound advice from a sound man. And he's certainly going to give us some sound advice as we learn about his story and all of the plethora of experiences and knowledges that he has under his belt. So this is a no-brainer on Sunday to tune in so you can tap in with a legend. All right. So again, this Sunday, July 20th, we will be here with Frankie Audio. So back to the show.
Mix Squad Clips of the Week.
This is the Clips of the Week. Trey Songz. What we doing, bro? Can't be out here acting like this. Roll the clip.
Well, your man's Trey Songz decided to do something very, very interesting while on camera, and that's not be self-aware. He looking at some BS is about to happen. They about to tap dance in his pockets. Let's go.
All right, I'll close the tunnel. He's looking at me. He's a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo.
That's my guy. That's my guy. I don't give a fuck who it is, bro.
Let him go. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you see it's dramatic.
This got little man syndrome written all over it, bro. This has little man syndrome written all over it. How tall is Trey Songz? You 5'11". The hell wrong with him?
Yeah, man, that's probably gonna cost you 6 figures. I mean, you muffed the camera completely into the man face. You can't be out here acting like this. And there are just a laundry list of allegations over the years. You don't see the landscape of what's happening to people. Like, bro, chill. But that's not it. An international gang war started out of the 6 by top 5? No. Yeah. Roll the clip.
Okay, people, I'm back with an update. I just there's a bunch of new info that's just come out about top 5, and I need to share it with you. Okay, so obviously, if you've been catching up with the videos, everybody's talking about this situation with top 5 getting stabbed in London when he was there for the Wireless Festival. Now, if you watched my last video about this situation, you will know a little bit of the backstory. Some people said that maybe there was some issues with that video, but basically, I'll just give you a very quick recap because it's very important with the information that has just come out via DJ Academics. So essentially, look, top 5, he's essentially beefing with his old friends from this crew called BFR. It's Presser, his brother Boondog, and a guy called YG. They're basically used to be top 5's friends. They all fell out because of some situation where apparently Presser's crew was showing love to XO, who had beefing with Drake in the weekend, and top 5 wanted to show loyalty to Drake. It's turned into a whole beef. Unfortunately, it does seem like somebody has lost their life over this beef. A guy called DBK, who was a friend of top 5's, lost his life. And now it seems like this beef has gone completely international because, as I explained in the last video, there was a clip floating around that showed the BFR crew, the Wassers, Presser, YG, in London. Okay, this was the latest that we had. Okay, they had seemingly touched down for Wireless Festival, and all hell had broken loose after this. Okay, so it seems like there's an international gang war going on right now, and it's originated in Toronto in the 6. So it's getting very serious. But DJ Academics just gave an update, a little 3-minute update to his story on an IG live. And what is insane about what he has just revealed to the whole world, perhaps unknowingly, I don't want people to get on Academics' case with the snitch allegations too, but I feel like what Academics has actually revealed here, he basically says top 5 didn't get stabbed by anybody from the UK. It's not a UK situation. He didn't get stabbed because of the beef with Lowski and him linking up with M24. He didn't get stabbed because of disrespecting anybody in the UK. He didn't get stabbed by Modine, all right? That's not happened. Apparently, what's being inferred is that, it was, rivals from the home turf, all right, Canadian.
You probably have heard all about this by now, but we had to roll the clip. And to be honest with you, I cannot wait to come back next Thursday live and talk about this with the squad. But damn, it's nuts. I mean, it's been nuts for a minute, but like international gang wars now, like we boy, by 2035, we're gonna have intergalactic gang wars, man. What we doing? As proud as we are about being melanated individuals, it is hard not to look at the impact of certain things and certain fads and certain waves that are, though it is pushed by certain agendas, is still ate up by the masses. We're going to talk about that next week. So tune in for Taking Thursday back as we take Thursday back, one Thursday at a time, next Thursday with the squad. And so moving forward, we're going to go into the pro tip.
Pro tip today is stop SAing.
The pro tip for the day before we go into the mix is really going to be talked about in the mix today, which is being sure that you match up all your tracks with whatever reference you have, because there are cases, as you will see here on this mix, that sometimes you just get a session. We hate to get it this way. We fight tooth and nail not to get it in this manner. That's why we, sometimes would love to be the fact that we record the particular person so we don't have to deal with this. But oftentimes you'll get a session where the tracks are all at the beginning. Every single thing that's in that session is all at the very beginning. And you have 3 verses, a hook, and all of this stuff all at the beginning. And now you have to line up your audio. And obviously, if you don't have a reference, you screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do at that point. Like, bro, I need a reference to how this song supposed to sound, because I'm just now placing your verse where I think it's supposed to be, and that ain't no good. But if you have a reference, like in this case that you'll see, it's gonna take time to be sure that to the millisecond, your tracks are right on par with what the reference has. So now you can mix your version of the song. It takes hella time. That's why the mix for this week is going to be all that, just taking those things and getting them lined correctly. And you're not really going to see much of a mix, but just the process of doing the alignment and how important it is. Because if you start mixing before that, like, what are you doing? Like, you got everything all at the same time. All the tracks is playing at the same exact time. How you gonna mix that? We'll show you the best way to go about it using your nudge features. If you have Pro Tools or any other DAW that you may use, I'm sure they have certain buttons or certain shortcuts that you can use to align your tracks and move them subtly by the sample, by the hundredth of a sample, so you can get as close as possible.
That is such a headache, putting puzzles together when you don't have to put puzzles together. Work smarter, not harder, man.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're another engineer out there sending sessions to people, you know how it is and how you feel if you get stuff like that. So I would just encourage you not to do that to other people. Yeah, that's what's next for the live mix. Let's take a look at that. So we're here with the live mix. And again, like I told y'all, this mix, as y'all see, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. But sometimes you just get all type of stuff. So here on this version, you're not gonna hear anything when I'm showing you how I opened this session, because this is me opening the actual session that was sent to me, which you see here. That's the session itself. I did not just pull the audio in, which obviously can result in what you see here. If you're just pulling tracks in without the original session, if they're not the length of the entire session, then you will get your tracks like this. But not all the time. Very rarely do I usually get tracks from an engineer with like the entire session and have where all of these are random, not ad-libs, but parts of the verse, like stabs in the verse, somewhere else in the verse. Like, all of these are not going to be playing at the same time when this music is finished. So there's a lot here. You got all of these verses over here, stuff like, it's a lot to place into place. And so just to kind of explain what I have here, because you're going to hear it when I open up the session that I have now with things more organized and arranged. But I just wanted you to see from the beginning what it started out with. This was the reference, and this is all I had to be, use to try to figure out where things went. So this is what I'm listening to try to make sure everything is arranged and set up correctly. This was A version of the beat. This was a B version of the beat. This was the B version of the beats section over here. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a section for the B version. So all of these three here are all related to the beat. And then I found out that all of these at the bottom are all beat effects, different risers, different subs that may have been used in the reference. So now I'm working uphill because not that the reference was awful. I have no idea like the circumstance behind why the reference didn't end up becoming done. Like, I don't know all the logistics. All I know is that I have its mix. And now I'm almost feeling like I to some degree, I need to at least get it like the reference just so I can have an idea of what things are supposed to be in this song, because it can be challenging when you just have random verses in random places. And it's like, how I'm supposed to guess when you came in, what you was like, you know what I mean? So all of that right here is a challenge, especially when you're looking at as many tracks as we have here. Right. If I switch it to the next screen, you'll see we have quite a few tracks that are unorganized and out of place. The organized part I can deal with. The out of place part is a headache. So now I'm going to show you what my current session looks like, and then we will also be able to hear what this song sounds like, what the reference sounds like, what I'm doing. Like, I've started getting through the mix. We're not even going to focus on because I'm really in the process of just getting this to be able to get mixed. And so I haven't really done a whole lot with the mix itself. All right. So let's go ahead over here into the mix. All right. We're back here. We got the session. This is how mine now looks. So we have the reference here. We have all of what we have stems for that are music here. I've had to do certain things already just because I had to get it to sound like the reference to some degree, which we'll play a little bit of, because this beat still needs to actually get extended more, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do just to extend it more, and have it sound similar, because there's still more uh, of a hook after, like, not even a hook. It's there's more vocals after the beat. If you really just break the session down at its simplest, I have my reference, which I'm going to make a different color here because I'm going to do that anyway for myself. All of my reference are brown because they dookie. No, I'm just playing. But I do make them brown on my sessions. And the music is all in one folder. The vocals that don't have any effects are all collected together at this folder, and then they meet the effects at the all Vox aux here. And then this is my mix volume, which I use to just regulate my headroom, my mix bus, and then me speaking to you. Hello. So that's at its broken down to the most condensed form that we could have it. But within the music you already seen, there is additional tracks. Within the vocals, I have my intros. Diesel is the only person I know the name of the artist. We have verse 1, and we have a guy doing verse 2. We have my blends on all the vocals, and then my effects. But what we're here for is the alignment and getting things together. So if we look first at, remember we saw all of those different tracks that was just all over the place. And so now I had to match them up with where they were in the song. And we're going to listen to that here shortly. But we got the intro stuff. We got this, the artist that's doing the hook, and then he has his verse at the end that I had to, physically take that vocal, that verse that was all the way here at the beginning, and then place it in time down to the millisecond, right? That's a track I'm not sure if I'm gonna need it, so it's inactive and it's just still there, so I don't forget about it. But there are some that are inactive that because I was assuming that is no longer in the track. So like I'll show that here in a second, but we have his ad libs, then we got verse 1, verse 2, yada yada. You see everything is now at least organized to be able to be mixed. So like you see, I at least started on the verse 1, verse 2 type of stuff. I may even started on Diesel's vocals. I'm not sure, but what I am sure of is that it is a lot more palatable to deal with if I would send this session over to someone and say, hey, I need you to finish this mix. I need you to move forward with it. This is a lot more palatable. It is at least in place to get mixed. Now, I mentioned there was some that I just decided for now to just hide, and I called these Diesel verse 2 unused because I believe that there maybe was a second verse that Diesel did do, but there may have been a feature that came on, and now his verse is not on there because all of these vocals that are connected, and you see they're still in their original format of being all over the place. I felt no need to do anything with them yet, considering the reference didn't have anything at all in it that gave me an impression that these particular vocals will be in it. If they happen to be in it, then we will take it from there. I will speak to the artist. I will see exactly, how do you want to proceed on getting that verse in, because I don't really have a starting point or a reference to where that is supposed to be, and I would just be fighting uphill with a battle that I'd rather just speak to the artist about and say, like, I need a way to be able to understand exactly where to place these vocals. So for now, I hide them, and they're not even a part of the song for me as of right now. And since I already do have his vocals at some point in time, if there was a need, I know I can plug it in to where I needed to plug it into with whatever processing he has. Now, right now, I do see I didn't start on his processing, probably because I actually have a chain that I'll just import as a track preset from previous songs that I've mixed and then work from there. But again, we're not here for the mix per se, but we are going to listen now to the reference and just a little bit of it. We're going to go ahead and mute out the mix that I have right now. And let's take a listen. Listen to the reference.
With distance at a time, of course, the situation's clear. And facing torture, mind, torture, final moment, seeker. Abuse the torture, fire, work, design, and words to keep up. In a distant because it puts me in a awkward means I gotta get it, nigga, give me that. I be the one that gets the bag and I bring it back. I'm too involved with the streets, man, I'm so attached. Breaking down breaks, nigga, like I'm selling crack and money at. Oh God, I gotta get this paper on the function of being a hater.
Cool, so we get the idea of the reference. Now, I am going to play the music with the reference so we can get an idea exactly what we're working with no vocals, just the music with the reference. And so now you'll see how close we are.
I gotta get it, nigga, give me that. I be the one that gets the bag and I bring it back. I'm too involved with the streets, man, I'm so attached. Bringing down breaks, nigga, like I'm selling crack and money at. Oh God, I gotta get this paper on the function of being a hater. Dear niggas from me into a taker. Oh God, you need some paper. Outside in the kitchen like I'm selling bricks. Play with me and then
Lined up perfectly. Lined up perfectly. And that is the key. And and you do that with each and every single one. Let's see how we sound now with all of everything. And again, I turn the mix volume down because I know I'm playing both things at the same time. It can get really loud and overwhelming. So if it's a little quiet, understand that it's intentional because I am playing a full mix with a whole nother version of the mix at the same time. So let's take a listen to what is going on now with how they both sound with each other playing at the same time.
with distance at a time, of course, the situation's clear. And facing torture, mind, torture, final moment, seeker. Abuse the torture, fire, work, design, and words to keep up.
Cool. So we hear that. And that's fine. I just needed to know what things were. And so now I'm going to unmute the mix and you'll see certain things that I'm talking about. Let's even take these ad libs from the beginning, and you'll hear them. I'll raise up the volume so we can hear how close they are, but because they're not processed, they may be a little lower. But by that, I'm gonna mute out the current music that I have in my music here. And now we have the reference with its vocals, and now we can just hear our vocals as well.
TV, baby. Town Boss Entertainment. Let's go. What we do, man?
So a good thing, to do is mute it, unmute it, make sure that you really don't hear any difference. Maybe just even a slight volume boost. Like that's why I adjust the volume up and down to make sure that I'm not being deceived by something too quiet, something too loud. Just you continue to make sure that it's there, like that is actually in time. And it may take something, certain things that I'm mentioning now, like this nudge here, whatever DAW that you're using, just understand what shortcuts or what tools you may have to use to move things subtly. And in this case, I was using the nudge value of 100 samples. It can get as low as that. I felt no need to go lower than that. I was doing 100 samples and I was sliding things. And in my case, I can hit the shortcut for Pro Tools would be either the comma or the period key, and comma to go left, period to go right. And I would just adjust things until I just really felt like that was exactly where it was supposed to be. And so from there, now you can work with things, right? Like I say, the beat still gotta extend it. I've already did some treatment here because if we play the reference, let me go ahead and just break some of these folders down. If we play the reference, just take a listen to this breakdown.
But I'ma hold down, cause I'm suited and booted for this whole town. Check my demeanor. Everybody who fresh out the table, but keep the course face, cause they know the future, you could die every day.
Cool, right? And so now let's go to where I have the music. I'm gonna mute what I have there now. This wasn't there originally. This is what I put there to kind of make it sound similar. But listen to the breakdown now and what it was prior to me mixing it with this reference.
They will lock me up, but I'ma
Well, we gotta take the mix off, and here we go.
They will lock me up, but I'ma hold down, cause I'm suited and booted for this whole town. Check my demeanor. Everybody who cold fresh out the clean, but keep the course face, cause they know the future, you could die.
They didn't have the sub no more, so now let's take a listen.
They will lock me up, but I'ma hold down, cause I'm suited and booted for this whole town. Check my demeanor. Everybody who cold fresh out the clean, but keep the course.
Now, granted, I'm not even listening to how the vocals sound because they ain't mixed. They just place where they need to be placed. I know this verse 2, like it has stuff on it, but it's not mixed. You know what I'm saying? Like it has my cleanup stuff. I haven't really leveled much or anything. That ain't got nothing that I'm keeping as far as how it sounds, but does it match up? Yes. And that's what I'm looking for before I even really get going. And so then I added this little section here.
Die every day, cause you have to make it better, so got this and open the breach.
Right. And then so now, obviously figuring out extending it out.
Clean up the basic course of mine, ports to find a more machine guns. The reaping course to find work design and horse to keep bud. It distant me cuz it puts me in an awkward to me. One freaky night, a tricky session cause my daughter's mom. With disrespect to mind of him like he's a husband arm. And I'm still liquor talking greedy, only way resolve inflicting agony of passing me, don't see what peace involved.
Yeah, got the vocals there. Just don't have the beat yet. And so that is what I'm going to figure out next. What section of this song am I going to want to just, take in my grid mode, take and break it down and make it, it might be something as simple as that, you know what I mean? And then stretch it out and make it, all the way to the end. I don't know yet. Right. I don't know. I got to fully listen throughout the patterns of the drop, not the drops, but just the beat pattern, kind of get settled in. Now I'm looking at this waveform and I'm saying, man, these match up with how these are looking. This is matching up with how this is looking, but when I listen to the reference, it doesn't really sound like he takes away much 808. It just really sounds like it's less 808, but let's see.
When distance at a time before some situations clean up.
Right. So there's some work that needs to be done. I got to figure out, if those other vocals go right there, because that was just missing, right? It sounds like it's something that's supposed to go there before he raps again. So questions need to be answered, but at least I got my session to where all, if there's a tweak here, a tweak there, a move there, all I got to do is make the move. And the session is now prepared for what it needs to be prepared for. And that's going to be the quick mix for today. And we're going to take it back to Taking Thursday Back. Will we take Thursday back one Thursday at a time? Don't forget to go to the Mixsquad.com to get all your Mix Squad merch, services like mixing consultations, lyric videos. You can join our community. All of those things available, including listen to our music. So go head over to the Mixsquad.com. Even if you want to get on the Sunday Spotlight and be featured on our show as a independent artist, producer, engineer, studio owner, marketer, anybody involved in audio and or the music industry, is free to go to the website and fill out the form. Very short 3-second form that just simply provides us with your social media information, where we can look you up on Instagram, YouTube, what have you, and just a brief story about your story, and you can get on the show. We will reach out and get you scheduled for the show. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the page, to the channel. Go to the Mixsquadtv on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever social media that you are on, we are there. Facebook. I know my daughter told me, and she looked at me like I was stupid when I said Facebook the other day, because that's for old people. What you think I'm is, baby? I'm an old person. Get out of here.
That is.
That's what she say. That's what she say. Facebook for old folks. I believe her, because that's all I see on Facebook. You don't see no YNs on Facebook. But this has been our pre-recorded show for Thursday. We will be back live, hopefully next Thursday. If not, it'll be another one of these pimping. But outside of that, I got 3 words for you.
Join the squad.
Did it again, Alex. Give me more. Okay, cash at hand, that's the motto, that's the plan. Got a whole lot of loot, check my status, that's the brand. Boy, stop playing, money so long, broken rubber bands in the jam. I'll be damned if I fuck with Uncle Sam. I'll be spazzing on the beat. I go thermal on them niggas, I'm absorbing all the heat. Oh, salty ass niggas be thinking that it's sweet. Oh, dusty ass niggas in the president of the league. Salute. Yeah, we looking for recruits. Join the squad, get you open, corner 3, 2, 1, shoot. Don't be scared, come prepared, and we keep you in the loop. Get you squared and prepared, and we accept you as a truth.